Hello, parents. This is Dr. Taniesha Burke. I help you to raise healthy children while enjoying this magnificent process called parenting. Today is episode 23, and we are going to talk about one parenting strategy that can help you to get your children to comply and to cooperate with you without you having to scream, shout, threaten, or withdraw their privileges. So before we get started, I would like you to like, comment, and share this video if you find it informative. So oftentimes as parents, we complain that our children don't listen to us. They don't cooperate. They pretend as if they don't hear us when we are giving requests or commands, or they tend to comply, but in a way that they kind of halfway do the thing that we want them to do. So in this episode, I'm going to share one tip that has been very effective for me and many of the clients that I work with to help to get our children to cooperate. Now, that is most of the times when we as parents give requests or commands, we tend to be telling our children, move the shoes, pick up your toys, go empty the trash, stop fighting with your brother, put on your jacket, all of that. We tell children what to do, and oftentimes they ignore us or they resist. So before we get into how you can change that into a more cooperative experience, we first have to understand one important thing. All human beings, whether it's a baby, a child, a teenager, or an adult, we're all agentic. So what that agency means, it means three important things. We all create meaning of our experiences, every single one of us. And those meanings are different from person to person, including our children. We are very strategic and goal-oriented in anything that we set out to do. And the most important thing is we love to protect our autonomy. Anytime we feel that who we are, what we're supposed to do is being imposed upon, we do what is necessary to protect that autonomy. And when we tell children what to do, that is what is happening. They are finding ways to protect their autonomy. So how can we as parents change that around? Now, instead of telling our children what to do, the important thing to do is to ask. And why is asking important? Now, telling activates a physiological response in our body to protect our autonomy. Think about it. If you're at work and your boss tells you, I need the deadline I need the document in 5 minutes. You need to work for 30 more minutes after the end of the day. That kind of thing. How does that make you feel as an adult? You kind of clinched up and you might be thinking, hey, why is he trying to control me? I don't want to be controlled. It's the same thing that happens with our children. So it's an innate reaction, whether you're a baby, you're a child, or an adult. Now, when you tell, you get the physiological response. Now, to get around that, the best thing to do is ask. Ask is a way of influencing the person you're communicating with, that is your children, to go along with what you're suggesting. So I'm going to give you a few scenarios of what you can do, or these scenarios I want you to focus on how you feel. So asking can be in two forms. It can be motivational and it can be conversational. So I'm going to go through the examples of motivational and conversational. So let's start with motivational. Sit back and think about how this feels in your body. Go do your homework. Go brush your teeth. Put the dishes in the dishwasher. Kind of like, you're bossing your own, right? Now think about asking a question, motivational, instead of telling. So instead of go brush your teeth, what do you need to do to make your teeth squeaky clean before you go to bed? Do you feel the difference in your body? Next one, go do your homework. What are your plans to ensure that your homework is done by 7 p.m.? Remember, you have your TV time at 7. So what are your plans to ensure you finish your homework on time so you can relax afterwards? Put the dishes in the dishwasher. What was our agreement that we made about what we should do when we are done eating our meal? What should we do with the dishes? Again, you will see that you are navigating your child to comply with you, but in asking the question, you're not activating a physiological response. And an important thing is you're teaching your children to be more reflective, you're teaching them to be more responsible, and you're also teaching them to be more accountable when you do that, because you have them going with their upstairs brain, right? The prefrontal cortex, where they have to make decisions. Now, outside of motivational questions, you might have a situation where you have to do conversational questions instead. So, for example, your child got into a fight at school. Typically, parents are, how could you do this? I raised you to be better. You are now having a detention on your record. And we went on and on and on and on and on. That kind of thing doesn't work with children, right? Now, instead of telling the child how disappointed you are or telling them what to do, how about this? What was your intention for hitting that child? Why did you feel the need to hit that child? How do you feel about the situation now? How do you feel about yourself? What did you learn from this interaction? What do you think you can do better next time so you do not get into a fight with this child? Do you need support in coming up with ideas? So do you need us to brainstorm together to come up with solutions so next time you don't have a confrontation with the child? Do you see the difference, parents? You're acknowledging the child's feelings. You're acknowledging that, yes, this thing happened, but it's an opportunity to learn and grow, right? So when you're in these situations, ask, what happened? How did you feel? What were you trying to achieve? Yes, what's your intent? What did you learn from the situation? How can you make a better decision next time? Again, building accountability. So parents, when our children are not listening to us, we have to recognize that we might be telling them things which activates the physiological response in them to protect their autonomy. So to get around that, to get our children to be more cooperative and more helpful, practice curiosity questions, either motivational or conversational. Ask, instead of go brush your teeth, what do you need to do to make your teeth squeaky clean? So practicing this will help you to have more cooperative children. So thank you for tuning in, and we will see you next time in our next episode. Take care and goodbye for now.